Okay. Hola. What's up, guys? What's up? It got a bit late today. So I've just. This video came on my YouTube recommendation, and I was immediately hooked. I've been watching a few videos here and there in different channels to try and understand what exactly happened. So, those of you who don't know what this Buga sphere is, in the month of March this year, so this sphere, right? This object, apparently an interstellar, not interstellar, extraterrestrial. That's what they suspect it is. It was flying in the sky and then dropped like in a village in Colombia called Buga, Guadalajara de Buga, something like that. And ever since that happened, like someone collected it and then started doing research on it, trying to figure out what exactly it is, whether it responds to any, like what exactly it's composed of and that kind of stuff, right? So people are trying to debunk it. Apparently there's been many such spheres in the past, and then they were all like dismissed as space debris or something like that. But looks this uh, looks like a genuine extraterrestrial object. So let's see. Apparently, this lady, they are doing some test on this sphere. Like the scientists, right? Like, and then they have some kind of instruments in their hands, and then they are checking the reading and whatnot. Looks like even when it looks like an Indian lady. She's chanting some Sanskrit mantras, and then it starts to the instrument starts to light up. Let's watch a few videos on that, and then I'll actually show you the chant itself. So it's a Sanskrit chant.
Fear. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Likewise, viewers, if you're watching, like and subscribe.
Did a Hindu chant cause the Buga sphere to respond? Yeah. A Hindu chant caused the Buga sphere to respond. All right, so let's go through it. The scientist, the researcher studying the Buga sphere, did some baseline tests, and as you can see, they were getting 0 here on their various instruments, and they were using multiple instruments and all getting 0 on there. Nothing was popping up on their instruments. And they did some other tests. They produced some tones for the Buga sphere, and it responds in a mild way.
No doubt.
We need to make a decision. What does the data say?
I'm not.
Why not use Monday.com?
So the original video is in Spanish because it's Colombia, right? So they've used some kind of AI translate or whatever. But I'll show you the original video of the channel itself.
I think the test is satisfactory. 2 kilohertz. It's ear-piercing, doctor. Yes, I'm careful with my ears. Check. See.
Okay, so then they bring in the lady that sings the Hindu mantra. This lady right here. In the AI dubbing version of it, it's really hard to hear her chant. And all their instruments just started lighting up. I love the expression on his face. He's just like, "Yep, this is real. This is happening." Oh, love it, love it. Hindu chant. We never really get to hear her do it, at least in this AI dub version of the chant.
And I, as soon as I watched this video, I saw like I kind of I had an idea before I even watched the lady chant. I kind of had an idea like what the chant could have been. It, obviously Om, right? They say, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll tell you what I mean. Like, so they say Om is a very old sound. Is they say is the sound of the universe itself or something like that. And if you're familiar with Hare Rama Hare Krishna, as I'm talking to you as like I'm to you Westerners, right? Indians, obviously everybody knows what Om is, but it is represented as a tree with a wing or behind on the right side with you must have seen that symbol. And in Indus Valley language itself, I watched a video recently. The Indus Valley language, there is this swastika, right? So you have this and you have this, right? So I saw a video sometime back where a Tamil scholar who has deciphered that Indus Valley language in a way, he claimed that the swastika is actually pronounced Om. I'll maybe put a link in the description. So it's a very ancient sound, right? And it probably is linked to the vibration of the. It at a very atomic energy level, probably. I don't know. So that's what I thought, and I wasn't wrong. See what she chants.
Karunavataram samsarasaram bhujagendraharam sada vasantam hidriyaravinde vavam vamami sahitam namami. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yoma Prachodayat. Om.
That's what I mean, right? This Om sound, you can hear if you go to Indian temples, you get to hear that sound a lot because it's considered very auspicious. And yeah, in Indian culture is and if you guys do yoga and whatnot, maybe you probably would have heard the Om chant. But I don't know why, like the Buga sphere responds to this chant. I think she says somewhere like there's an interview of her. Where is this? Is this the interview? Yeah, so here she. Okay.
You get to see her do the conch shell. She blows a sound through the conch shell and gets a very mild response. But she gets a very active response when she's doing the Hindu chant. And best of all, it's repeatable.
The sphere gave us responses that were, as you have seen, truly surprising, and the most important thing is that we repeated the experiment 1, 2, 3 times and we managed to find patterns in the sphere's response, especially in the chanting of the mantra.
And here's what the lady who was doing the Hindu chant had to say about the chants themselves.
So, when I learned about the sphere, I thought it must be like the Bimanas. And from all the studies that had been done and that I saw,
I'm not sure what she said just now. Bayumanas? What? I have a feeling she probably referring to Vimanas. Vimanas are like flying, like flying saucers. Like you can say something comparable to flying. Not saucer. It's like something that flies. Like it takes you from. It's a flying car types, flying vehicle. Yeah.
on television, I thought this must work like the Bimanas. So I had this urgent need to tell it mantras to see if it was like this ancient technology that is in the books of the Mahabharata. So, when I told it the right mantra,
So the mantra that she chanted is probably from the Mahabharata, the epic.
I chose some mantras that are about opening the intellect of those of us who are involved in the research so that we can understand it better. So, when I do find an answer, at least for me, there is no doubt that the sphere can make an artifact like the ancient Bimanas from 5,000 years ago. What are Bimanas?
Imagine being able to build anything
I think
just by
like,
thinking about
what
it.
kind of
Meet Base 44, a complete
Bayumanas?
The
So Vimanas?
Bimanas are these levitating ships that are found in the Vedas, in the Mahabharata, and in the Purana.
Yeah, okay. She pronouncing it as Bimanas, like it's Vimanas, Vimanas. It's not Bimanas.
Where they talk about how in the past there were battles where nuclear bombs were threatened. Approximately 5,500 years ago, these types of spheres appeared in the skies that were like watchmen. They were actually watching over situations, as if they were a type of angel. So, when I saw that something very similar to this book that I have a diploma from was happening in the world, I said, these are the same spheres and it says here that they have to be lit like the Pimanas.
What is Pimanas now? What?
So, it was more than an act of recognition and that I had the opportunity through science, through this friend, a physicist and mathematician, with
I
whom
think the AI is probably translating it incorrectly.
we did sound tests. I took the opportunity to say the mantras and we did get an answer that for me is irrefutable. I mean, I even felt the answer in my heart. I felt very connected to it. When my heart raced, she raced, or when she raced, my heart raced too. I mean, it was like a very strong connection, honestly.
So some sort of consciousness connection she was feeling, or emotional connection with the sphere itself. She goes on and she has a lot more to say, and I highly encourage you to go.
Yeah, that's another thing that this video, right? Like, there's something I found here. Like, did they find the response to our I think in the 1970s we sent out a signal, the wow signal or something like that. They say, right? And the signal, it has the shape of the human body, the DNA composition or whatever. And it's like I remember seeing somewhere in this video. Yeah, is this like a response? Is wait, I'll show you what I mean. Somewhere yeah, this one, right? Look at this. Isn't this like, what does this mean? Is this inside the sphere? If this is inside the sphere, is this a response to our? Is this probably is our? Is what we sent out to the space, right? Like in the 70s sometime. So this is us. This is what we look like, and I think this is the DNA strand or whatever. I'm not sure. I forgot what this is about. There's some meaning to each and every item in this, right? So looks like, look at this particular thing. Is this what they look like? And first of all, is this what's inside? Like, let's watch this.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only AI you know is ChatGPT. It's 2025.
YouTube
AI
guys
can
are getting out of
But leaked flight data shows an unregistered helicopter in the area the night after recovery. When pressed for comment, military officials simply stated it was routine training, despite no scheduled exercises appearing in public flight logs for that date. The contradictions don't end there. While the official stance categorized the sphere as non-hazardous, hazmat teams were photographed at the recovery site wearing Level B protection gear, a precaution typically reserved for unknown biological or radiological threats. Locals reported flickering electronics, and one nearby farmer claimed his compass spun wildly as he approached the field. 3 separate witnesses described how their cell phones malfunctioned within 50 meters of where the sphere landed, only to return to normal function once they moved away from the area. A meteorologist from Bogota noted unusual atmospheric readings in the region during the 48 hours surrounding the incident. The data showed brief but significant electromagnetic disturbances that don't align with known weather patterns or solar activity. And now, foreign labs want in, because if this object is what some fear it is, it may not have been built on Earth. Scientists from 3 continents have requested access to the sphere for independent analysis. Their interest lies particularly in the manufacturing techniques that would be required.
Good that this didn't fall somewhere in the US, right? They would have immediately classified it. We won't even wouldn't even have this, whatever we are able to see in YouTube. We wouldn't even have had this information, like whatever minimal information we have in the internet about this sphere. I don't think we would have
to create such a seamless, multi-layered
and then they would have taken probably 2-3 months to analyze it, and then they would have said, it's space debris.
object with no visible welds or joints, a feat that challenges current industrial capabilities. This mysterious sphere has now caught the attention of prominent research institutions worldwide. Labs in Germany, Japan, and South Korea have formally requested access to conduct their own analyses, signaling that this is no ordinary discovery. The University of Tokyo's Advanced Materials Science Department has offered to perform neutron diffraction testing, a technique that can reveal internal crystal structures without damaging the object.
So what's fascinating about the sphere is it does not have any joints or wells or anything like that. So it's just one complete ball without. So we don't have that kind of technology in on Earth, on our planet. Like any country, it does not, like none of the countries, even the most advanced ones, they don't have this kind of technology, it seems. And which is what's fascinating to these countries who want to try and understand and probably reverse engineer this object, and maybe get insights of the kind of material or metal or whatever that's inside this thing.
Object. Meanwhile, CERN research.
And that the wow signal thing, I think, is just this guy, this editor, just inserted this picture for some reason in this video. There's nothing about this, even the voice like that narrates or whatever, like explains about this whole thing, doesn't say anything about this. So it's just maybe
Nothing in our manufacturing capabilities explains how this was made. Even more shocking, the sphere's outer shell is engraved with intricate symbols and patterns that immediately grabbed experts' attention. Running across its smooth surface are lines of characters and glyphs,
and it doesn't seem to be that heavy either. They're like
that resemble ancient
they're casually lifting it, and then it seems like a very light object.
scripts, including what look like Norse runes, Celtic ogum, and even Mesopotamian cuneiform. When researchers decoded these symbols, they found a message that's nothing short of godlike. The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness. Individual consciousness. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. The sphere appears to be responding to us. During recent tests, researchers discovered the object reacts differently depending on who's near it, almost as if it can sense human emotion or thought patterns. And it doesn't stop there. Since its discovery, ancient artifacts in museums across South America have begun showing unusual energy readings. Something bigger is happening. So what exactly is the sphere of Buga? Is it merely a message in a bottle from across the cosmos? Or is it actually a tool designed to activate something within us? And what happens when someone simply sits quietly near?
Or this could be some kind of ball that the aliens play games with. It could be like an alien volleyball kind of thing, or it could be like an alien football. It looks like a football, right? Like except that it has some strange letters in it. It could be like sponsors, just like what FIFA guys do, right? They print their sponsor brand names on the football and whatnot. It could be that, like the aliens are just playing football or whatever ball. Like if they don't have feet, head ball or whatever. It could be just the sponsors. And these dots are probably stitches. You know what I mean? You can't see the stitch because you're not an alien. Only the aliens can see the stitches. It's extra dimensional.
Near it. If you want to understand one of the most significant discoveries of our lifetime, keep watching. Because what you'll learn next changes everything we thought we knew about our place.
Here's my hypothesis. The aliens were probably playing football in a higher dimension. And somehow, through some kind of a portal, it fell onto Earth. Escaped the higher dimension and then dropped into Colombia.
place in the universe. The sphere reacts to consciousness. It was like watching something from another world wake up, explains Dr. José Luis Velázquez, the lead researcher investigating the sphere of Buga. During routine laboratory tests, scientists observed something that defies conventional physics. The sphere began emitting low-frequency hums, but only in the presence of certain individuals. The Colombian team led by Dr. Velázquez quickly established protocols to study this phenomenon. They discovered that the sphere's resonance patterns changed measurably depending on who was near it. "We've never seen an inanimate object respond like this," says Velázquez. The correlation was unmistakable. When test subjects with calm, meditative states approached the sphere, sensitive instruments detected subtle vibrations emanating from within its layered structure. EEG readings of these individuals showed increased alpha and theta brainwave activity, patterns typically associated with deep focus and meditative states. Even more compelling,
What was that?
with deep focus and theta brainwave activity. EEG readings of these individuals showed increased alpha and theta brainwave activity, patterns typically associated with deep focus and meditative states. Even more compelling, the sphere's responses matched changes in heart rate variability and focused attention. Dr. Elena Suarez, a linguist brought in to analyze the sphere's symbols, experienced this firsthand. "I was examining the runic patterns when the sphere began humming at a frequency just below human hearing. Our equipment registered it immediately. When I stepped back, startled, the humming stopped." This suggests the sphere may be biometrically interactive, designed to engage with non-verbal, emotional, or even spiritual states of being. "We're dealing with what appears to be a mind-machine interface," theorizes Dr. Mariana Diaz, a psychologist on the research team. But unlike our crude technology that requires physical contact or implants, this seems triggered not by command, but by presence, by consciousness itself. The implications are staggering. If confirmed, this would represent technology far beyond human capabilities, a device that can detect and respond to mental states directly. But what happens next is even crazier.
Here's another theory of mine. This could be like there could be cameras inside the sphere. So whoever is examining it, the aliens probably are watching. Oh, this is what has happened to our sphere. People are examining it. Probably is recording everybody, whoever is touching, whoever is examining, whoever is, it probably is some kind of recording device, video recording device. Only that the cameras are not visible to us, but it's like it probably is live telecasting whatever is happening on our planet to its home planet. That's a possibility, right?
Message updating itself. 3 weeks into the study, a lab technician noticed something impossible. The microscopic engravings on the sphere's surface were changing. Initial reports were dismissed as measurement errors. But when AI...
Wait, what?
Initial reports... Microscopic study. A lab technician noticed something impossible. The microscopic engravings on the sphere's surface were changing.
What? Ooh. Oh my God.
Initial reports were dismissed as measurement errors. But when AI-enhanced microscopy confirmed the alterations, the scientific community was stunned. The ancient-looking symbols were subtly shifting, with new glyphs appearing alongside the original markings.
That is crazy.
We thought we were hallucinating, admits Dr. Velasquez. But when 3 separate imaging systems showed the same changes, we had to accept what we were seeing. Some of these new glyphs bear striking resemblance to modern digital code, binary-like sequences interwoven with the ancient scripts. The original message about origin of birth through union and energy remains, but additional symbols continue to form at a microscopic level. Dr. Suarez, who had helped decode the initial message, believes this development supports a radical theory. This isn't just a static artifact, she explains. The message appears to be evolving, potentially reacting to new stimuli, or updating itself in response to being studied.
Oh, wow. So it is like a living object. It is being programmed. Is itself updating, some kind of a program maybe. Could this be like an advanced version of AI? Really advanced computer or something like that, that can alter its own physique. Oh, sheesh. In the beginning of the video, the guy mentioned like what the letters stand for, right? Like I didn't pay attention to that, but
A Colombian physicist put it more bluntly. This might not just be a message, it could be a conversation. If you find these revelations interesting, don't forget to subscribe. We bring you the latest discoveries you won't hear anywhere else. Every week. The research team has now implemented 24-hour monitoring of the sphere's surface, documenting every change in real time. But even more remarkable discoveries were about to emerge when they finally performed a full spectral analysis of the sphere's composition. Sacred geometry and global alignments.
global alignment.
When researchers created a detailed 3D model of the sphere's internal structure, they discovered something that left mathematicians speechless. The arrangement of the microspheres within the larger orb isn't random. It creates a precise geometric pattern that mirrors the alignment of major megalithic sites across Earth. The pattern is unmistakable, explains Dr. Rafael Martinez, an archaeologist brought in to examine the findings. When we overlaid the internal sphere arrangement onto a global map, key points aligned perfectly with Teotihuacan in Mexico, the Giza Plateau in Egypt, and Stonehenge in England.
What was that?
Arrangement onto to examine the findings. When we overlaid the internal sphere arrangement onto a global map, key points aligned perfectly with Teotihuacan in Mexico, the Giza Plateau in Egypt, and Stonehenge in England. Even more compelling, the internal geometry embodies perfect mathematical proportions found throughout nature and sacred architecture. The microspheres are arranged according to the golden ratio, while their connecting patterns form the flower of life and Vesica Piscis, geometric forms revered in ancient spiritual traditions worldwide. These aren't arbitrary shapes, says mathematician Dr. Ana Rosas. These specific geometric patterns appear across cultures separated by vast distances in time, in temples, artwork, and cosmological models from ancient Egypt to India to Mesoamerica. Perhaps most striking of all, when researchers placed the sphere in its original orientation from the landing site, they discovered its axis aligns perfectly with solstice angles and specific planetary alignments that occur only once every 26,000 years. Whatever or whoever created this object, says Dr. Martinez, they encoded a cosmic map into its very structure. This isn't just advanced technology. It's a deliberate message written in the language of universal geometry. There's a hidden map inside the sphere, and it points somewhere very real. encoded coordinates, a larger map. When mathematicians applied advanced algorithms to analyze the ratios between the microspheres, they discovered something that transforms this from a curious artifact to potentially the most important archaeological find in human history. We were examining the numerical relationships between components, explains Dr. Rosas, when we realized certain sequences could be interpreted as geographic coordinates. These aren't random locations. The primary coordinates point to 3 specific sites. A remote region of the Amazon basin that satellite imagery shows contains unusual geometric formations, a previously unexplored area of Lake Titicaca near the island of the Sun, and a deep cave system in northern Peru that local indigenous people have long considered sacred.
Ah, I see. Okay. See, all of these ancient tribes or like even hunter-gatherers, right? Like we consider ourselves, scientifically advanced and look at them as primitive people, but there's something they whatever we consider as superstition, they've managed to save that, whatever it is, right? We'll never know until we find out. We probably think it's superstition, but no matter what it is, right? They have religiously passed on that information generation after generation because they thought that information, they thought whatever that site or whatever to be sacred because they must have, whoever was the first one but probably witnessed something. That could be one possibility as well, right? Like it could be superstition also. There are 2 possibilities. It could be really superstition, or it could be that they actually saw something and then it blew their mind, and then they made it a point to never forget that. Something, you know what I mean?
Each location has significant cultural importance, notes Dr. Martinez. They form a triangle across South America, with the sphere of Buga discovered almost exactly at its center point. Colombian authorities initially kept this discovery classified, but we can now confirm that a privately funded expedition led by international researchers departed 3 weeks ago to investigate the Amazon basin coordinates, the most accessible of the 3 sites. Dr. Velasquez, who remained in Colombia with the sphere, tells us the team has established a secure communication link to transmit their findings in real time. What do you think the coordinates lead to? Let us know in the comments before we reveal what they've already found.
Oh wow, this is fascinating, bro. What an interesting. This is the kind of news that that I'm generally interested in. If this is really an extraterrestrial object that is carrying some kind of a message, or trying to warn of something, or I don't know, whatever, eventually we will find out, or we may never find out. But let's say 2 possibilities, right? It could be extraterrestrial, or it could be some kind of space debris. It's definitely not man-made. At least that much we can agree for now. So if it's space debris, fine. Okay, we can dismiss it. Like, but what if it's extraterrestrial? Like that would be like a fascinating thing, right? And day by day, we are finding more and more such fascinating things. I only yesterday reacted to this CERN scientist saying something like, there was an alien entity, not an alien entity, like an extra dimensional entity at CERN, and that entity like stole a scarf from, I don't know, something like that, right? And I was thinking, like, what? Like, here I am, trying barely to survive, 3 times a day, eat, working for some company, trying to survive 50, 60 years and then retire and then die after a few years, no? But at the same time, there are people who are interacting with extraterrestrial objects, extra dimensional entities, and makes me wonder, like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I mean? The point I'm trying to make is, like, what is the point of all this? Like, what is the purpose of, like, why are we here? That question has always fascinated me. Like, why am I here? Why do we grow old? Like, what is life about? What is birth and death? What is consciousness? What is the universe? Why was the universe created, or was it created in the first place? Who is God? Like, what is the purpose of all this? Hmm? These are I don't think I'll ever get answers to these questions. Is there a, did the universe begin, or is the universe finite? Are we inside a black hole? These are like fascinating questions, right? Ooh la la. Okay, I think I'll just tomorrow.